Hey, hello. Hey guys. Are we zooming today? No, we're boomering today. We are gonna chill and do some digging. Happy affiliate anniversary. Oh boy, I love affiliation. Sorry, one sec guys. Let me check something real quick. Anyways, yeah, we're booming, but not literally. We don't use TNT. But metaphorically, we are booming. We are booming today. Enjoy your Undertale. Enjoy your pooping. Oh yeah, we were at 14.8 mil exactly. Time to ruin that. Lol. No time for milestones. We gotta continue the digging. All right, back to business. Boy, this area is interesting. I think the goal for today is to do another 100k blocks mined. I think that's what we should aim for if possible. And then hopefully tomorrow, since I don't work tomorrow, I can try and reach 15 million blocks mined, which would be insane, because that would be pretty close, if not at the halfway point of the project in terms of raw number of blocks mined. And it makes sense considering, we're almost halfway down. But yeah. Oh. Definitely not close to half of the time spent on the project, though. That's for certain. Anyway. I don't remember what our pickaxe situation looked like, but I think we should be fine for a while. I hope, at least. I do know that I'm getting fewer and fewer, ores as I'm going down. Just overall, the distribution of ores is a lot lower. But yeah. Alright, let's not focus on what's below me. I need to focus on what's in front of me. Because I want to try and finish this double layer today, or at least come close. Okay. Good time to switch. Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you, Kugan. I love Twitch TV affiliates. So awesome. Hopefully you're doing well. I mean, we're coming up on close to like 15%, or not 15, 50% of the blocks mined for the entire project. I mean, we're almost at Deep Slate, just 6 more layers, or like 3 more double layers, since I mine 2 at a time at the stone level. Because we are at Y14. We're currently mining away Y14 and 13. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Deep Slate is not an insta-mine block. So in terms of like actual time spent on the project, we're maybe like 20% in versus number of blocks being almost 50%. Yeah. But that's alright. I mean, the session number doesn't really matter. It's just more of a way to keep track of the streams. Actually, you know what? I need to see my time played. I haven't updated my hours in a while. 23.45 days. So that's 562 hours. Okay. The amount of hours in my title is pretty accurate then. I think I have 560. I wasn't sure if I updated that recently or not. It looks like I did. Oh. Yeah, Easy Champ has gone on such an insane month-long run of just setting the most insane scores. Crazy guy. Yeah. I feel like he's cashing in his check of being a really skilled reading player and just translating that skill to everything else now. Because it seems like all of the best players this game has are also usually really good at reading. I can't think of that many, like, top-tier talent players that actually can't play easy mod or at least easy DT to some degree of competency. Thank you, Grill. Hope you're doing well. I don't think you necessarily need to play easy mod, but like you just need to play stuff that's challenging to actually read. If you stay in your comfort zone in terms of AR, you will probably stagnate a lot. I mean, shoot, even when I started playing a lot again in recent months on Osu, one thing that made me feel like I was playing better was when I just went a few sessions just playing like really low, like relatively low AR maps. I didn't play easy mod, but I just played like no mod stuff that was like AR like 4, 5, 6, 7. And it really does make a difference to actually play stuff like that and then play a normal map. It feels a lot easier in comparison. Like, it just clears up your mind to not even be thinking about reading. I don't really like playing lower AR, but it is something that, you know, it can be fun sometimes, but it's not my preferred skill set. And I was doing it mainly for score fixing anyways. It just, you know, also had the side effect of actually helping me overall. I mean, yeah, if you put on a skin that makes it kind of hard to read, then, you know, you're actually even more focused on the actual reading aspect rather than just reacting or guessing or, you know, whatever. But I feel like you don't really need to do that to actually improve. I don't know, I don't think Slider ends make it that much more difficult to read, unless stuff is stacked under them. Especially if you play hidden, that can actually be really hard to read. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I still have one more pick on me. But yeah, I don't know. I think reading is definitely a skill that a lot of players either ignore completely or don't really understand how to, go about learning it effectively, and or what usages reading actually has. Because I feel like reading can kind of be unclear, especially for like a new player. Like, what's the point of learning, like, reading something really dense when you don't have to actually do that to rank up to a relatively high rank range, honestly. Yeah, I mean, really everything is reading, but for sure, aim is directly related to reading. It's really hard to aim something correctly if you can't read it at all. But it doesn't necessarily mean you can't aim, but it definitely is like a different... You can't aim with intent if you can't actually read what you're looking at. You kind of just react, and that's definitely not the same thing as actually aiming. And honestly, I can feel that a lot when I play low AR maps. It's like you have to play so much more intentionally to actually, combo the map properly. It takes a lot more, like, effort to properly play a map if it's lower approach rate or just more dense. You can't really react. Yeah, you have to actually be able to understand what you're looking at. And it is very satisfying when you actually do start understanding really dense, difficult patterns and, like, aiming it properly, or tapping and aiming it properly, Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely one of those skills that, as a new player, you're not really incentivized to learn, because, like, there's no direct reward for actually learning reading. Reading is something that's more of like a background skill that, like, obviously is super important, but you don't realize how important it is until you actually start understanding what's the point of it. Because you don't get rewarded by the PP system or anything like that for playing really difficult to read maps. I mean, honestly, even in rank score, like, easy mod gives half the score with no mod. So you're not incentivized to use easy mod for score farming either. So there's pretty much no incentive aside from either curiosity, skill development, or just finding it innately fun to play something like easy, or just play low AR, no mod maps, or dense reading maps. And it can be kind of difficult to jump into it, especially if you've never found it, like, compelling to play. Like, imagine you are, like, a like 4-digit player who has literally never played a map below like Air 10 for like the last like 6 months to a year. Imagine just the shock of playing like just an old Air 8 5-star Nomad map. Even just that would be like impossible to comprehend, I feel. Even if it's like really well below their skill cap, because usually these players can play 7, 8, sometimes even 9-star maps already. But a 5-star ARA or Air 7 map is literally like impossible to play because they don't have the foundational reading to actually be able to properly play the map. I think that's also why like the best tournament players as well are also the best reading players, because that's another thing. It's like you have to be well-rounded to be a really good tournament player. So that includes reading. They can't pass crazy loop, but they have an 800 PP play. Pretty much. But yeah. In the hierarchy of skills in OSU, reading is definitely a top tier skill to actually possess the ability to have, you know? If you're actually good at reading, that translates so much into almost every other skill. I think really the only skills that you don't get much, if anything at all, from reading is like tapping, speed, and stamina. But being able to read does make tapping on stuff that you can keep up with speed and stamina wise a lot easier. Because, you know, you're not playing reactively, you're playing proactively. And that can cause you to play with a lot less strain and a lot more focus. Because, you know, I notice this when I play, like, maps that are way too hard for me to read, either on the low or high end. I have to exert so much more pressure and drain my stamina a lot faster to try and play the map even close to properly. Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna be more focused on, like, Nomad aim or, like, tech or basically anything that isn't DT, speed, and tapping focused, reading is an absolute essential skill to learn. I still don't think you need to play easy mod to achieve that, but obviously if you find that fun and possible to play, then go for it. I think all you need is just to find maps that are relatively dense for their approach rate and BPM. Yeah, I think easy DT is like the absolute lowest I'm willing to go for like approach rates. I don't really like easy mod on its own. Unless I'm playing a map I'm very familiar with. Low ER with hidden. I have nothing positive to say about the hidden mod, but I think you guys already know that probably, so. Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, if you're playing low AR, you need to just learn to play it without Gamma. Same with high. Like honestly, Gamma is helpful, but only if you're like if the only goal is to just FC or get a good score. But if you're actually trying to learn, you should not use Gamma. Gamma is a tool for getting better scores, not for learning. You need Gamma for high AR because 60 hertz. I mean, low-key, even with 144 hertz, I need Gamma for ARs that high anyways, just because, like, I never got good at learning high AR. It's one of those skill sets that just was never necessary for score farming, so I was never incentivized to actually really learn it. Honestly, I should just be building paths at Y8 at this point. By the way, this cave is insane. Like, this drop-off. And I'm pretty sure the drop-off used to be higher when, you know, there was more up here. Anyways. Then, yeah, we just kind of have to dig upwards. I think there is merit to that strategy. I actually do this, but on the opposite end. I'll play stuff that is way too hard for me and way too dense for me to read. But then I'll play like AR8 no mod, and it actually feels just like super comfortable in comparison. Or like even AR9 no mod becomes like kind of fast after doing that. Although AR9 no mod is pretty comfortable for me anyways. I don't really struggle with that. Only on maps that are like maybe 6.5 stars and higher does AR9 start becoming like any kind of issue. Let's go see if we got any XP waiting for us. There's not much. Oh shoot, these aren't going. Okay, I'll just leave them alone then. I'll just quickly deposit stuff. And one, 3, 3, 1. Okay, and then the rest of this I will craft. There we go. I think AR editing maps is fine, but only if you're making the map harder. Like you're using it as a challenge rather than a crutch. If you're just using it as a crutch, then it's like you're not learning anything. Let me actually build this up. If you make a map Air 9.5 into Air 8, it depends if that makes it easier for you or not. It depends on how cookiesy pilled you are. But if you're saying that makes the map harder for you, then that's fine. Yeah. To be honest, for a long time, I kind of was like that. We're just like, I would just AR edit maps lower to be able to play them DT easier. It very much is a real thing. Okay. Don't really remember where I was digging, but we'll figure it out. Where I was. Oh, that could have been bad. Let me actually use this pick first. Oh, I don't need that on anymore. Anyways. I definitely need to take advantage more of the play something a lot harder than what I'm trying to FC, and then go back to maps that I'm actually trying to FC and play them. I would say majority of the time, it makes the maps a lot easier and more doable for me. But, I don't know. Just because I've never really been much of a skill cap pusher, it feels hard to incentivize myself to play stuff that's actually too hard for me. But yeah. There definitely is a reality where I should have just became a Hard Rock only player. Or like, you know, Hard Rock main over a no mod main. But I just found Hard Rock to be just inconsistent enough for score farming that I didn't bother learning it on, you know, playing literally everything I could with Hard Rock. Hmm. Let me make this a little easier to get across. Okay, we're 26k blocks in. Like I said, I want today's goal to be at least to reach 14.9 million blocks mined. So 100k mined today. That's what I'm looking to do. Thank you, Jess. How you doing? Oh, it's another entrance to that cave. Now, good. That is very unfortunate. But to make it good, you're spending 130 pounds on Xbox games tomorrow. There you go. If you aren't happy, money makes you happy. Or spending money, I guess. They say money can't buy happiness, but I don't know. I don't know. Certainly can buy a lot of things that make you happy. Well, I'm not playing on a server currently. This is my single player world. We had a multi for the same seed, but I stopped doing it because it costed money and also, like, people stopped playing. And also, I kind of burned out at that time, too. Also, it just kind of took away from my own project because I was not able to focus on both at the same time. Money buys like 80% of things in this life. Yeah, I mean, it's like...
Thank you.
Thank you for the follow. It's like, you know, sure, it doesn't literally solve all of your problems, but it can solve a lot of them. Thank you, Maklo. How you doing? So, Qgon, it was the same seed as my world, but it wasn't actually my world. This one I'm doing is literally just my single player world. Hey bro, I just want to tell you that Elon Musk dissed you on X. That's awesome. I love the melon guy being a little rat. He's the only person I have blocked on Twitter. Fun fact. But yeah, I'm good, Maklo. How are you doing? No, we're gonna do 15 million tomorrow, actually, Maklo. That's the plan. I want to reach 14.9 million today. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Rio. Thank you. Actually, guys, just give me 1 second. Let me drink some water real quick. Do exclamation point SR, Rio. Oh, wrecked timing. Excuse me. But yeah. Ooh, any progress on Usu stuff, Maklo? 1.6 billion yesterday. Nice, nice. Were you just playing new maps? More and more unplayed leaderboards. Oh yeah, I can imagine. It's almost like they're literally ranking way too many maps every single day. Literally no way for players to actually try every map. Dude, I feel like I did Osa completion at kind of a bad time, but in retrospect, I feel like I ended completion at the perfect time. Like right before they increased like map ranking limits and, you know, just even more maps than ever being ranked every year. There was a little lull in activity right at the end of my completion run. People get number ones without hidden on 4 and low 5-star maps. That's true though. That's how I knew maps were underplayed, was when I had number 1 on them for longer than a day. I still remember there was like a 6.8 star map that I was number 1 on for like 6 months before I was finally sniped, and it was kind of insane. Like literally dead map. Yeah, Torioka. Thank you, Muffin. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of insane that just that kind of thing could happen. I mean, granted, I think it was honestly like I think that was actually a really good score from me, but it was still like definitely an underplayed map. I actually wonder what rank I am on that map now. I haven't checked. You know my number one's better than yours. That's funny. Oh, I haven't had that many. Bridge was so funny. That was easily one of like my most insane cheese scores. Like I should not have been able to sight read that. You just got number one on a map with easy DT no fail. Incredible. Quick draw. Medal achieved. I wonder how long ago I achieved quick draw. It's probably before I even started actually score farming. The map was ranked 75 minutes ago. Dang, that is not a quick draw at all. That was a leisurely stroll type draw. Like you took a nice walk in the park and then you drew out your gun. It's probably a one-digit amount of number ones with easy in this game. Maybe. If ranked is ever frozen, it will be impossible for new players to 100% the game. Wait, what do you mean by frozen? Like, no new maps get ranked? Or you can't submit scores on leaderboards anymore? Because, what do you mean players can't 100% the game if maps stop being ranked? I feel like that would make it way easier. Oh, wait. You mean for medals? Oh, wait, yeah, that would be true then. Wait, that also means there's a finite amount of times that quick draw can ever be achieved. There's not that many people that could have ever gotten quick draw, if you think about it. Especially considering on a lot of maps, the same players submit scores literally as fast as they can. The pretzel special, true. Speaking of pretzel special, I said I should eat some pretzels later tonight. I got a bag of pretzels that I haven't eaten from in a little bit. Also, Makloth, think about this for a second. King Crimson Green. Think about this. There should be a slow draw medal for clear on discrepancy. Wait, but actually, wait, Maklo, that's a fun medal idea to get people to play older maps. Just play a map that's like ranked like 15 years ago or older. for a medal. That's a fun little one. It's only 2010. Yeah, but for the new players who play this game, 2010 is literally beyond ancient. Looks like Perry is woken up, finally. Emmerich was born 5 years ago. Feel old yet? What is going on down here? Oh boy. Oh boy. Interesting stuff. Let me not get too lost in this, but... Ow. Is that a good amount of requests from you, Perry? Are we good? Alright, cool. What's up, Con? How you doing? Oop. XP, XP. Checked USC tournament, only one player joined from Utah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that there's barely any good players in Utah, and almost none of them are actually tournament players. You know, myself and Goink included. You are not gonna get me to play Hidden. I see. Well, you should probably just take a break then. I always found anytime I got bored of Osu, taking a break is key to finding interest in it again. Or maybe you just never will again. That's also possible. But... the most optimal break is between 6 and 8 hours. True. True. Good night. Sleep well. Meow. Okay, let's get a new shovel out. This is a good song. Thank you. You're welcome. Oop. Video game music. What video game? Because I do not recognize this. Silent Hill 2. Okay, I've never played this. Yeah, I mean, I'm vaguely aware of what it is, but yeah, definitely never played or really seen any of it. Arguably best horror game of all time. Someone clearly never played Minecraft Alpha. Minecraft be like good enough. Minecraft Alpha is literally basically a horror game. It's very unnerving at times, but it's so fun. Okay. True, Maklo. True, true. They should just add that song into the Minecraft soundtrack. It would honestly be such a jump scare to have your Minecraft music on and then Lava Chicken starts playing. It would turn Minecraft back into a horror game. Alright, let's see if we can get some XP now. How far are these from being done? Okay. Flip them all on. Okay. Not incredible, but still better than nothing. Oops. Z. Honestly, couldn't hurt to while it's still viable to do to collect the sugar cane, because we might honestly tear this down pretty soon. I'm kind of starting to reach the point where smelting these ores is just not really worth it. Or at least I just can't be bothered. Am I missing one? No, I guess because they weren't all fully grown yet. Okay, let's play the game of guess where I was digging. Oh, I was digging on this side, actually. Has to be. Right? Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, 50,000 blocks mined so far today. Not bad at all. Yeah. Again, goal for today, 14.9 mil. Should be pretty doable. I'm actually wondering if we're gonna reach that before or after we finish this double layer. We might run into an issue though. I might have to actually tear down my smelting machine setup at this point. Which, honestly, I'd be fine with, because I feel like at this point, it's also just not really helping me that much anymore. I'm not, like, I mean, it does save some pickaxe repair time, but I think I'm getting very little out of it now in comparison to when I was, like, back in, like, Y layers, like, 20 and 30. When there was just a stupid amount of copper. Lava. Oh. Oh boy. Is this all like connected? Like there's another big cave. Oh, you know what? I think this is all connected. This is insane. Oh yeah, here's that big drop. This cave is ridiculous. There's also a lot of mobs down here. Wow. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, big time save. Yeah, I'm sure that must have been crazy finding that cave. Oh wait. Oh, you know what? I remember we were talking. Yeah. Okay, now I remember. I didn't realize that we dug into that. That's funny. So what was I doing? Oh, I wanted a water bucket. Good thing I didn't accidentally make a bunch of cobble. Although I should actually, while I'm here, maybe restock on a few things, like pickaxes. And then maybe also food and fireworks as well. Yeah, let's do that actually. Craft up some of these. Cool. But yeah, I definitely remember that now. That's funny. Honestly, at this point, considering we're getting relatively close to the center here, I might just make this my last round of collecting ores and stuff. Because we're gonna have to tear into this pretty soon here. So, I think it might be time to finally just throw it all in here. And then just top these off one last time. I mean, we can free up our inventory for other things now if we wanted to. We should craft these up. Yeah. I mean, at this point, there's not really a point not to just have more of my pickaxes in my inventory. Alright, I don't really remember where we were digging. Right there. I didn't even pick up the obsidian. There we go. We'll make this more proper eventually, but yeah, now I can just kind of focus on digging. I think it is finally time to give up on ore collection. And we still have enough picks where we can go quite a bit of time before we actually need to repair anyways. And once we reach even just Y8, it's gonna take a long time before we need to go between repairs. Especially if I made a bunch of diamond picks, which I absolutely could and maybe should. Honestly, it would actually be even funny if we just, like, tried to see if we could... Wait, I just got a really funny idea. What if instead of making a bunch of picks with mending on them, we just try and see if we can make more diamond picks than we go through... Like, how do I say it? We just make diamond picks as we go while mining and just, like, not bother to repair them. We just completely break them as we go and see how far we could get. That'd be kind of funny. Wonder how doable that is. Also, now my brain is like, wait, I should go pick up the ores, but I don't need to now. Yeah. I mean, I do have a villager that has efficiency 5 books. The only thing is that I need to make him cheaper. If I could get a villager with Unbreaking 3 books, that's all I need. Because I could just keep a pick on me that has Fortune whenever I need it. And then just switch to the workhorse picks after that. Or like in between that. Yeah. Well, I would need to get some zombie villagers going. This drop is pretty crazy looking. I should get rid of the dripstone. God, that took so long to actually fall. Dropstone, true. Ouch. Where's that ding? Over here. I feel like this type of music is not what I know Machine Girl as. Kind of like this though. Yeah. Pretty good. Swear that slime changed sizes while I was not looking. Boy. Probably build a path right here. Very nice. Actually did speed bridging properly. Block placement at the end was a little lackluster, but I'll take what I can get. Sorry for 10-minute requests. It's not an issue. Not really that many more requests in the queue anyways, so... Yeah, it looks like there's like 2 less than 2-minute songs in the queue, and that's it. Yeah. Don't send too many things though, please. Let's chill a little bit. Let me drink some water real quick. Why isn't Usu letting you delete 9.5 KB maps all at once? Probably because Usu doesn't like that. I think if you're on like the stable client, I think it just struggles if you're using the delete all beatmaps feature. And we finally reached the inner ring of beacons on this double air. Also, I'm sorry, you're gonna do them in what? My brain just processed what you said. Okay. Yeah, I understand. You just said chunks and my brain activated. Ugh. But Makla, think of all the high star maps that use that as a funny diff name. Also, I'm not really sure there's a point to deleting all those unless you're pressed for space. Because if you just don't want to see them in game, you could use the difficulty slider in the options. You are pressed for space, alright. Makes sense then. Could always... I think there's a program that deletes beat map videos for you. I don't know if you actually have those by default. Delete system 64, true. Don't have videos, alright. System 128, System 256, System 512, System 1024. Wait, if you guys think about it, I'm deleting System 1024. I think at 2 hours uptime, I'm gonna just take a few minutes break. Stretch my legs and wrists. Oh man. Hey, it looks like we'll be pretty close to finishing a double layer today, if not straight up finishing it. I mean, I don't have to stop exactly at 100,000 blocks mined today if we reach that number before we finish this double layer. I would rather have the double layer finished. But of course, if we finish the double layer before, I still want to reach 100,000 blocks mined. I think that's a good amount to do in one go. You know what, let me check if I have that switch flipped on again. I swear I've done that multiple times. Okay, I don't. How close are these to finishing smelting? Oh, I think they're just done. Okay. Alright, where was I digging? Oh, I may have stopped at a corner, actually. No, I did not. Okay. Wow. I've had terrible luck with eggs lately. Displays during the part you arrive in the city. Wow. Who would have thunk that a song called Welcome to the City would play when you arrive in the city? Toby Fox is truly a genius. Living in the city. That's like a majority of Americans. They should make a Sonic pirate game. Area is fun. Okay. Like I said, 2 hours uptime. I'm just gonna take a few minute break. I'm gonna quickly stretch and stuff. LBRB. Okay, I am back. Hello, back. Hi. Man. Okay. Where was I? Right here. Okay. Let's finish up this double layer. Let's get 100k blocks mined. Let's do it. Okay, this area is super annoying. I don't understand why the terrain so close to 0, 0 has consistently been the worst terrain to navigate. A little close, but we're good. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean this game has really good music for some reason. I like it. Or at least like the music is probably better than the game itself. Yeah, maybe I'm insane, but I thought I heard Mario Brothers theme in those blocks for a moment. Or at least a partial part of it. Link. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me. There was a 7TV emo I was gonna add, but now I just don't remember what it is at all. Sad. Sad. Okay, I think we're gonna finish this double layer before we reach 100k mine today. We're getting real close to finishing this up. What? I see, I see. Well, kind of want to get a PS2 controller with an adapter for your PC just because. Go for it. Oops. I did not mean to mine a diamond. Oh my goodness. It's fine. I got scammed. Yeah. Internet is beautiful for that kind of thing. Oh, here we go. Gonna have to start tearing this down finally. And I think at this point, it's justifiable to do so, because, like, I'm barely getting ores, or I'm not getting ores fast enough or enough in volume for me to really care anymore. I could leave the sugarcane. I don't know if I'm going to. There's not really a point for that either, but yeah. Alright. Let's deal with this a little bit. For now, we're just gonna put this in here. Tear this down. Okay, I do want to pick up... Oh, I should... This would have been easier if I did this a different way, but... Because I still want the XP from the furnaces. Or wait, wouldn't I just get XP if I just broke the furnace? Let's find out. Oh yeah, I would. Okay. Okay, it was like just enough to repair one more pick. Let me get rid of all the unimportant stuff. Don't need that. Really don't need copper. Oh, yep. Get rid of that. It's kind of annoying with all this stuff on the ground. Oh, that never smelted, or maybe that was just like iron that was in the walls already. Okay. That makes things a bit easier. I should collect all this sugar cane. Oh, not trying to switch game modes, I'm trying to hit boxes. There we go. Some reason I couldn't remember which one that is. Paper. Okay. Yeah, I think honestly I should probably just tear this down at this point. I think I'm fine on paper for now. If I really need more, I can always try and grow more later. In fact, I'll actually leave a stack of sugarcane uncrafted just to rapidly start up a farm again if needed. Okay. Steal with my inventory a bit. Put away pickaxes for a moment. At this point, I could actually start carrying around all my shulkers again. It would make a lot more sense. Nice. I'm gonna need to move all this stuff too. That's gonna be a little annoying, but it's fine. It is time to remove all this. I think it would just be easier to fill it in with dirt. Okay. Alright, now to figure out best way to transport all this. Probably through shulker boxes. So I think I'll use these two shulkers as my transport vessel. Just take away stuff that I don't need. Okay. Well, how much of this paper can I fit in here? Or how much of this can I actually just turn into rockets right now, in fact? Where do I put all my... I actually need my crafting tables. There we go. Full shulker of rockets. Very nice. And then I have a bunch of paper. I don't have any more gunpowder, but we'll deal with that at a different time. So now this is empty. Okay, we'll just come back for these in a moment. Yep. I do. I guess I don't really say aloud when I actually put recommendations you guys give me into the playlist rotation, but yeah, this one made it in. Okay, I have a bunch of iron there, and then this would be a good spot for my wood. Okay. What's in here? This is kind of just like junk, so... Okay, but yeah, may as well just deal with this now, just so it's not just sitting down there. Okay, that worked out pretty cleanly. Yep. Gotta be a no-see map for everything. Okay, that works. Anything of interest in any of these? Not really, it seems. Class. And then just a bunch of blocks that honestly probably went overboard in terms of collecting. But it's all good. While I'm over here, I may as well dry out these sponges real quick. Although I do not... I want to always leave one. That's the strat. Did I leave my shulker back here? I did. Okay, trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe I should organize my inventory a little bit. Figure out how I actually want to structure this. Perhaps. Maybe I should just have the top row be all the shulkers. Something like that. And then maybe I could leave an inventory spot for a diamond. And then we might make more inventory space for other things as well. Maybe lapis. Maybe even just a little redstone. Anyways, I didn't even realize, but we actually finished the double layer as well. So that's cool. At least I'm pretty sure we did, yeah. We had to have. Very nice. Well, you know what that means. Time to start the next one. I do want to reach 14.9 mil before I finish stream today, so let's get on that. Let's go back southeast. That's where I always start from. Everything's down to Y12, man. My level 12. Insane. Oh, hey, here's some lapis. Perfect. I might want to make one of those spots redstone. That could be cool, but yeah, that's about it. It's not really much else I want to collect. Like, I don't care about coal at this point since I'm not smelting anymore. Copper, iron, gold, don't need any of those. Lapis is a resource I don't have enough of for me to feel like I can just completely ignore it. But yeah. And that's just so ridiculous looking. Let's turn this up a little bit. Like, you can't even really see from peripheral vision the top anymore without looking up at least a little bit. Like, if I'm looking directly ahead, you literally can't see the top. Actually, I don't need redstone. I just don't. Silverfish. Downed. Tune. Wait, no. I want to build this more into here. And actually, if I can, I should build it 2 down as well. Dang, we're at the point now, if I dig down for ores, we're just seeing deep slate. Crazy. Trader, what do you got? Okay. I don't know why I look at trades. The only thing I would ever buy was gunpowder, but he like barely sells anything. You should be able to sell mending books. Or just something crazy like that. I love 2.4 emeralds. Oh boy. This is a random steep drop off. Okay. This is a good song. Another random, very steep drop. Okay. We're almost at 14.9. Happy Philly anniversary. Thank you, Hazy. I am just about to get out of here as soon as I reach 14.9 mils blocks mined. Oh, I should not break the pick. Session 30, incredible. I mean, you can see how ridiculous this looks now. It's kind of stupid because we are down to Y12 everywhere. Season 0. Awesome. Been here. Okay. 14.9 million. Very nice. We finished another double layer today. And then I finally am done with smelting stuff. No more smelting setup as 0, 0. It's just a empty little box now. And let's just bask in the glory of the mountains up here. Absolutely ridiculous looking from all the way down here. Yeah. Insane. Insane. Let me just find where I was digging. And then I am going to get out of here. I was playing paintball in the mountain wall. I think it was all the chickens. All 1 trillion chickens. Mountains don't spawn this flat in your world. Just gotta keep rolling the seeds. Anyways, speaking of rolling the seeds, I am out of here for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow for another stream. It'll be fun. We're gonna try and reach 15 million blocks mined tomorrow, so don't miss that.